Totally agree with that. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. Next, we turn to Nigeria's fight against insecurity. As the military advances against notorious terrorist leader Bello Turji, it appears that troops are steadily closing in on him following a series of successful bombardments on his hideouts. In recent weeks, the Nigerian military has intensified operations targeting Turji's known hideouts across Zamfara, Sokoto and Niger State. The Defense Headquarters DHQ has now confirmed that Aminu Kanawa, the second-in-command to Turji, has been killed by troops of Operation Hadarindaji. The DHQ also reported that several of Turji's close allies, including his younger brother, sustained serious injuries. Providing an update, the outgoing Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, revealed that troops had also eliminated over 7 key commanders and more than 24 fighters fleeing Turji's hideout. All right, Tony, is it safe to say that the days of Bello Turji are numbered?
Actually, when you look at the level of commitment and focus of the military, we must commend the military. In the last 1 year, they have been
and also the NSA
in rooting them out. The armed forces, especially the Air Force and the Army. If this had been done probably 5 years ago, today Nigeria will have been a safer place to live in. But so we must commend the military for their painstaking efforts in rooting these elements out. There is no way a ragtag army can be more powerful than the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that is 220 million. And when you look at these people, they are more or less foreigners. They are not Nigerian. They are just being used as cannon fodder to cause trouble here. So I think that the military has to be commended. And I believe the days are numbered. If they can maintain the level of surveillance, the level of, because without intelligence sharing, without information sharing, the military will not have achieved so much success. So let them continue on this level and let the government continue to support the armed forces of Nigeria. If this one continues, in the next 3 months, I think we will achieve significant effort in curbing the activities of these terrorists.
In curbing the activities. Now, you talked about the continuous bombardment. Now, are you convinced that with the renewed vigor by Nigerian troops, Bello Turji will be eliminated soon?
Yeah, the day he actually started boasting, that they should come after him, that he's ready for the Nigerian military, that was when I knew that truly your days are numbered. You understand? Because you can't be in the Nigerian territory and then you'll be showing yourself as if you have the might to be able to withstand the Nigerian military. It's not possible. It's obviously not possible, So that was when I knew that this guy has gone to eat more than he can chew. I'm very, very happy that this is happening. I must commend the military for taking the battle to him, and now he's running away.
What is responsible for this renewed vigor of the
it's a collaboration.
Is it more funding that they're getting?
It's just the collaboration.
The willingness on the part of the government.
Yes,
because
the thing is, if you don't have the political will
to do this thing,
so the political will by the government is actually assisting the military in doing this.
And then the collaboration amongst
the military, the
synergy between the army, the Air Force, and the Navy, and even the police as well as the civil defense and all. So that is where, and the DSS, you understand? So that synergy is what is giving us this result. That synergy is what is giving us this result. Because yesterday, I actually asked someone who stays in Zamfara that how is Zamfara now? Because I heard that, Turji's son is dead, had been killed by.
Yes.
He said, that's everywhere in Zamfara now, people are just rejoicing. That even he was surprised, before, if you are leaving from Zamfara to other parts of the country, there's a particular time they will tell you to move. That he actually did a road trip from Zamfara, Gusau, down to Kaduna, and that same day he was coming back. Meaning that but they had the
something
military
they could not do
before,
months back.
because then
You know, now they can
you have
do
to
it.
call,
You know,
so that shows the improvement in terms of security along that route. You know,
Okay.
so whatever the military is doing now
should be sustained.
should be sustained. Wherever Turji is with his hideout, with his fighters, with anybody, they must be cleared out of the Nigerian territory completely.
Now, the army has always, the military, they've always talked about local support fueling bandits. You know, the activities of local support in fueling the banditry activities. Now, how best should it be handled? Because some people give information to these terrorists, to these bandits, and they use it against the military. How best do you think it should be handled?
Well, I think we should not, at this point in time in Nigeria, we should not unnecessarily pay too much attention to that. If we eliminate Turji, banditry or terrorism will end. Let us look at the system. It has become so systemic that, you know, there's a saying that the garden that is making noise is because some leaves are behind it. If some people are not behind him, he won't be boasting like that. So I think we should go to the nitty-gritty of it and root out all the elements. And civilian too, because civilian collaboration, you cannot remove that one, who are doing it so for some specific either business reason or political reason or religious reasons. I think the government should fish them out and root them out and destroy them, destroy their base, so that another Turji will not rise up again. So it is it's a systemic thing that we have to do. The government has to be so painstaking going to the root cause of sponsors.
Can we say poverty is a reason?
I wouldn't say poverty. I wouldn't
poverty,
say poverty.
literacy.
Literacy, no. I think it's a question of something that has allowed to, yes, poverty is to fester over a long period of time. Because when you look at the activity of the bandits in a state like Zamfara and also other mining states, it is a question of people looking for economic territories. They sponsor these people with money, they take over mines and some other things. And with the passage of time, you cannot even dislodge them with their ammunition that you have given them. If they are jobless in a particular mine, they will move to another area to cause crisis. So let us identify those people who are sponsoring them and root them out until they are identified. When you kill a particular leader, another leader will have been prepared to take over from him. So let us identify those people who are sponsoring them and try as much as possible to also find a way of encouraging people to reduce the abject poverty among the people. Because poverty is also a constitutive part of it.
Exactly.
Poverty is also part of it.
Exactly.
And religious silos.
Religion as well. All right, then we need to go on this quick break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go anywhere. Just joined us. It is still Journalist Hangout. I still have Tunde Abaton and Asukwa James. So we're still talking on insecurity. Just like I asked him, locals who are fueling this banditry, the black legs that are, you know, fueling, feeding information, you know, and jeopardizing the works of the military. How best should this be handled?
No, I feel that is the work of the DSS. You know, they should now be looking at who are the original sponsors of these people.
Okay.
You understand? Because I know that some of them have been getting territories, and that is mine territories, getting their, you know, their areas and making sure that they hold on to a particular region or area, so that nobody comes there to come and mine. They are the only ones. But you know, just like they say, if anybody is taking, they have to, for bribe to, you know, to fester, they have to be a taker and a receiver. You understand? So same with the mining too. So if there's for anybody to start doing illegal mining, it means that they are selling it to somebody.
Exactly. There's a market.
You understand? There's a market, you know, for it. So it means that is where the DSS or the security agencies will start looking at who are the people sponsoring these people to own this territory, because they can't just, you know, own that territory without just with bare hands. Sure. It means that they are using
armed to the teeth.
They are using guns. You know, and the guns that they are using sophisticated. That is why the guy has been
because it is real business.
He has been there for a very long time. You know, even giving the impression that he can even face the Nigerian army. You understand? So, because he felt that he has maybe rocket launcher, he has AK-47, He has everything at his beck and call. There was even a time that he even was on our APC. You know, I think they actually ambushed some of our soldiers, and he was on top, you know, making mouth and boasting.
He even went on, I think, on the social media.
Yeah,
you know,
of course. They even have,
the nerve.
if you know the kind of propaganda that these guys are doing, they have social media influencers.
Yes.
If you don't know.
Now, you know all of this.
So the thing is, the locals are also part of it, because why? They don't also want to die. So sometimes those are the locals that are supposed to give us intelligence,
and
for
there are
us
also
to deal with
locals
them.
who are benefiting from
And
the reign of terror.
course.
Are benefiting from it.
Exactly.
So they know these people. They know
To
where he grew
isolate
up.
them.
They know his family members. They know everybody that is attached to him. So that is where the DSS will just have to go on
now, having
and
said
make sure
all
that
of this,
you know, we apprehend those people.
Having said all of this, poverty and illiteracy is a problem. For him to be doing all of this, you know, being enabled by the poverty part of it, what should the northern governors be doing to change this narrative?
For somebody who understands, for that illiteracy part is what I don't want to believe that is illiterate. Somebody who understands how to use social media, he knows propaganda.
No, I'm talking about
You know.
the people.
No, wait,
the people who are supporting
yes,
this.
I know.
This.
I know. First, most of those people might be farmers who want shelter. I say no want protection. I mean,
okay,
you understand?
protection. So that they,
So that, and some of them might be headers who also want protection. You understand?
Yes.
From people who will come and, you know, steal their cows.
Exactly.
You understand? So sometimes people out of fear do these things, because if there are no police officers, nobody is protecting them, the readily available set of people who are having these arms are the ones that they would, you know, kototo.
Yes.
So that is the problem. That is the major problem. So we have so many ungoverned spaces in Nigeria. So that is why these guys would always want to go around there, make sure they can, you know, take these territories. Anybody that is around there, they will go there, and then they begin to, you know, claim those territories and turn themselves to lords. So people should now understand that you can't just come to Nigeria and take any territory if you are not a governor, if you are not a local government chairman, or you are not a councillor. So with this is going to send a signal to everybody that there is no territory in Nigeria that you want to take over that you will not face the full wrath of the Nigerian law.
Okay. Now, still talking about you know, a little bit on the poverty part, you know, because we've tried Shopee, we've tried NAPEP, we've tried all sorts. What should the northern governors be doing to change this narrative? Well,
it's not something that could be done in a jiffy.
Okay.
We have to understand one problem. According to the United Nations, as at last year, we have about 11 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. Out of school, those who are not going to school at all. 10.5 million of them are from the 19 northern parts of Nigeria. And these insurgents, these terrorists, they have done one thing that you know. They have created an economic and religious zone out of their business. Okay. So that zone that they created, some people are dependent on living within that economic zone. That is, they take money from the owners of the mine, they use it to get the support of the local and poor people. And when they get the support of the local and poor people, it becomes very difficult for the security agencies and the government to penetrate them because they are a beneficiary of their activities. So it needs the orientation of the local populace. After the sponsors have been identified, we have to deorient and reorientate the people that they are just supporting evil. Because when somebody is living out of evil, it may be very hard for you to convince him because he's living. It is the evil perpetrator that they make him to live. So we have to understand the fact that that economic zone that they have created out of their evil way has to be dismantled for peace to reign in that area. Now, the other governors have to do more on education.
Now, as we round off on this, military closing in on Bello Turji, if peradventure is caught or maybe eliminated today, how do we ensure that we don't have another
And that is why we're saying that the government has to do. It's a systemic thing that we have to deal with the root cause of it, because we have before him.
So how do we do it? Is it from the area of, is it from the area of education? Is it from the area
social,
of poverty?
Social reorientation of the people.
Completely. You
Social reorientation.
You need to reorientate
the people.
You understand? That is, and education is key here. Because I know the Sokoto State Governor was saying that they must make sure, he commended the military. He said, make sure you get this guy dead or alive. You know. But while the military is going for Bello Turji, dead or alive, you should also be planning on what to do so that the enclaves, enclaves
that has been created over the years.
Created by him.
It's not just Bello
being taken over. Yes, of course, that's what I'm saying. It's being taken over by...
He has created a system.
You know, I wish BKO was here. BKO knows all those names.
So those enclaves by now, the governor should be thinking, what do I do so that we don't create another crisis in our hands?
Exactly.
You know, are we going to build a school there, which is very, very important? Build a school so that you teach people.
You have to change the narrative.
Change the narrative
change
completely.
the orientation of people completely.
You know,
I mean, look at what the Borno State governor is doing in the area of education to make sure that, you know, students get educated
and that they are kept in school.
Kept in exactly. Kept in school.
Because that is very, very important. It's not a question when you go
just
to
build school. No, you need to keep them.
When you get there to 12 noon,
securing the school,
they have already gone back home. By 12 noon, they have gone back home. And it's not a question of sewing uniform for them or giving them textbook. They have to reorientate that the fact that they have to have education. That is very, very key to solving this problem. Because another Turji may be in the offing now.
True.
Because it took the military about probably 10 years to get rid of the other guy. Shekau. He was killed several times. Several times. So we have to do something to fight the system.
Another area is our borders.
Our borders. That has always been porous.
How do we now solve that part? I keep asking that question.
No, it's because some people are living on the porosity of our borders. It has become an economic, a buffer zone for some people. So until we change that narrative, our borders will remain porous.
Even for the borders, I know that the Minister of Interior is doing something around that area.
He better do something
to secure the borders.
Because some people are living out of the porosity of our borders.
I know he's thinking about technology, you know, to include technology in trying to secure the borders.
Not a bad idea.
You know, after technology, you still need personnel. So in case
that
we have aliens who are trying to come in, you know, we'll be able to arrest them and then put them in their proper places. Either you deport them just like Donald Trump is doing, or, or you keep them in Nigeria, you know, or something, you know. But I know that this government is finding ways on how to deal with all those porous borders. You know, those borders that we know that they are not part of you know, the ones that are already written down. I know the Minister of Interior is working on something. But just like you have said here, the areas that, you know, the military have bombarded should be taken over by the government. Schools should be built. And then the people around that area should be forced to go to school. And then the government should make sure that when they are coming to school, they need to change their mindsets and not think about that, it is only when you conquer territories that you become
that crime pays.
Crime will never pay. So they need to do that a lot. And then keeping those children in school, very vital. I don't know how the Borno State governor has been doing it, but children have been going to school. You know, so maybe
they should take a cue from here.
You know, maybe they can now reintroduce the school feeding program or something. You know, so that you bring children to school.
I think the
employment can come in and stuff like that. So there's a lot they can do